Hi everybody, welcome to this Wall Street News. According to the S&P Global, US Manufacturing Purchasing Managers Index increased from 49.8 in July to 53 in August. The US Census Bureau reported Tuesday that construction spending ticked down 0.1% in July from the previous month. The U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics announced Wednesday that the number of job openings fell from 7.4 million in June to 7.2 million in July. According to the U.S. Census Bureau, new orders for manufactured goods decreased 1.3% in July month over month. Atlanta Fed's GDPNow estimates U.S. real GDP grew at 3% for the third quarter. 10-year Treasury yield falls to 4.22% after jobs report was released at 10 a.m. Wednesday. According to the S&P Global, U.S. Manufacturing Purchasing Managers Index increased from 49.8 in July to 53 in August, down from the preliminary estimate of 53.3. The S&P Global said, quote, a surge in manufacturing production was signaled during August, with production rising to its steepest degree since May 2022. Growth reflected a combination of higher new orders and inventory building. The U.S. Census Bureau reported Tuesday that construction spending decreased 0.1% from $2,140.5 billion in June to $2,139.1 billion in July, down 2.8% from $2,207 billion in July last year. The U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics announced Wednesday that the number of job openings fell from 7.4 million in June to 7.2 million in July, similar to the pre-pandemic levels. In addition, the job openings to unemployment ratio fell from 1.05 in June to 0.99 in July, below the pre-pandemic levels. The U.S. Census Bureau announced Wednesday that new orders for manufactured goods decreased 1.3% from $611.5 billion in June to $603.6 billion in July, up 1.6% from $593.9 billion in July last year. According to the Federal Reserve Bank of Atlanta, GDPNow estimates U.S. real GDP grew at 3% for the third quarter, down from 3.5% on August 29th, updated based on the factory orders and the ISM manufacturing PMI at 48.7 in August. Federal Reserve released a beige book on Wednesday saying, quote, most of the 12 Federal Reserve districts reported little or no change in economic activity since the prior beige book period. The 4 districts that differed reported modest growth. When it comes to the labor markets, the beige book said, quote, 11 districts described little or no net change in overall employment levels, while 1 district described a modest decline. 10-year Treasury yield falls to 4.22% after the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics reported that the job openings to unemployment ratio became below 1 in July. Okay, this is the end of today's news. Thank you for watching. Have a great day.